Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ultimate Music Lover album discussions and unboxings. As you can see, I have shaved my face. This goatee is gone. I was trying to grow a goatee like Serge Tankian from System of a Down, but as you can see, it only got to about like down here, and that was like a month of growing. So I didn't want to grow anymore. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to how I used to be, just clean shaven face, nothing. So it is a little bit of a shock to see my face all shaved like this, I bet. Anyway, we're back with another unboxing. So I've been doing a lot of metal lately between System of a Down and Tool. That's all like metal stuff, right? Well, we're going to take a little bit of a different route for this unboxing. And I also am going to possibly review the album on this video. Just bear with me. There's been a lot going on today in the making of this video. So, yeah, just bear with me. I might review it. If I end up reviewing it, then stay tuned. Well, you already know the title, so let's do it. Let's unbox this thing, shall we? This is like the most simple packaging you could ever use. Like nothing. It's just the CD. No filler, no nothing. It's just in a bag. Surprisingly enough, no cracks or nothing. Anyway, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Daft Punk's Homework. I absolutely love this album. I also love Random Access Memories, which I will review. I will do a review on that album because that's a good album too. But I love this album. This is Daft Punk's debut album. And the CD is included. I don't know if you know, and it's in pretty good condition. It's got some smudges and a scratch or two. But I bought one of those cheap copies that was on eBay that was like less than $10 from like a seller. Like World of Books USA, I think it was. This is so cool though. Let's take a look at the artwork. So yeah, you got the bedroom, you got the duo's bedroom. It's called Homework because they got like, I don't know, just based on what you see here, they got all of this paper and all these notebooks on here. And then you get all the different, pictures of the song selections. Like if you look at the songs here, you get all these different pictures for each song. And then it talks a little bit about the duo. And then it shows a picture of them grown up. This is some cool artwork. So, as far as I'm concerned, the people that made this album, that made Homework, they were once with like an underground indie band in France, and I forgot what it was called, but the story goes that the name came from a bad review that they had, because this one critic was criticizing the music and going, I don't really like this music. It's kind of got it's got sort of a Daft Punk sound to it, and that's when the guys were like, you know what, we're stealing that. We're gonna steal that name, and that's what we're gonna call our groups. After they left their underground group, they're like, you know what, that's what we're gonna call our group. We're Daft Punk now. You want to hear a Daft Punk sound? We'll give you a Daft Punk sound. But yeah, this was one of my first albums and bands in general where I really got into like the electronic music and house music scene. This is a good introduction to that. There's all sorts of good songs on this one. You just even the opener, Daft and Derek. You have Revolution 909. You have Defunk. You have Phoenix. Um, you have Around the World. You have Teachers. High Fidelity. Um, Burning. Indo Silver Club. Alive. There's just so many good house music hits on this album. It's for a debut of electronic and house music written by a duo. This is very well put together. My personal top three would have to be, um, I'd have to say, I love Defunk. Defunk was a single off this album. I love Defunk. Defunk's great. But me personally, I would have to say that my top three off Homework would have to be Revolution 909, Phoenix, and you can't go with Around the World. It's a tie between Around the World and Teachers. Um, so yeah, there's not really much to talk about this album. Besides the little tad bit of information I gave you, which most of you probably already knew, about the fact that it all started from a music critic criticizing an underground band. Like, that's how this whole name started. That's how this whole group started. I guess I will go into some tracks. There really isn't much to talk about because this was the beginning for Daft Punk, and this was an album that was intended to be played on shuffle. This was an album that was intended to be played at clubs, to be played at house parties. Like, there is no, like, I could try to find a story to tell through the entire course of the album, but there's no way to do that. Like, it's just a song. It's just each individual song has its own story. It's just meant to be like music that you dance to, that you groove to. You know, there's nothing really special about it, if with all honesty. With that said, let's talk some tracks, shall we? Let's start with the opener, Daft and Derek. Um, from what it sounds like, Daft and Derek sounds like that they're saying the funk has a groove or something like that. Like, you hear the electronic voices saying that the funk might have the groove to the color is what I'm getting out of it. Like, the funk to the groove and color, I think is what they say, something like that. This is a good way to open an album. You got that like electronic voice in the background just starting your beat, and the next thing you know, you hear the electronic drum set just. It's a great album opener for a house music album. After our opener, we get into a short interlude. WDBK 83.7 FM. I don't know if this was an actual real FM radio station or not, but pretty cool if you ask me. Then it's basically the intro of the intro. Like, it adds on to the intro. It's just another short. It's like a short interlude before Revolution 909 that introduces us into the album. It's like WDBK 83.7 FM. The music for bringing you the music, bringing you today the music of tomorrow, introducing Daft Punk's Homework. And so you get this entire album where then the radio station introduces you into the dance music portion. So then we go into Revolution 909, and you have little snippets of recordings of police standing outside houses going, "Stop the music and go home." So this is like the first criticism of house music, particularly in Europe, like the controversy that it caused for being being loud, like playing loud music at parties. So this was just their little tad bit of throwing in like, hey, we don't care if you criticize us or not. We're gonna make some house music that people are gonna bump at their house parties, right? It was just to criticize the. It was to criticize the criticism that people had, that law enforcement had, that neighborhoods had against house music and house parties. That's why they threw that little tad bit at the beginning. And then they're just like, forget that, let's just party, Revolution 909, bro. And then next thing you know, you have Defunk. If you've seen the music video for Defunk, it's this like human life dog who's got his loud boombox just blasting the song, like he's just funkin', and like everything, like it's basically an effect of Murphy's Law, where if something might go wrong, it will go wrong. So in this dude's case, he's feeling the funk because everything is going wrong, and the only thing that's keeping him from not losing it is the music that's blasting out of his boombox. So if you've seen the video, that's what I've gained out of it. He's down in the funk, but he's still going because he's got his music. And then you got Phoenix. Phoenix is a jam, man. Like I love the way that it just starts with the bass, and then you get hi-hat, and then you get this electronic sound that's like, and then you feel that build up again from the bass to the hi-hat to what sounds like an electronic closed hi-hat, and then an open hi-hat, like closed to open hi-hat. And then next thing you know, you got this awesome beat that's just like, and I also like the bass line too. When you get like 2.5 minutes into the song, there's this bass line that goes, it's such a groove. I love the bass line in that. I love the song as a whole. It's just a jam. Then you have this short little interlude that's called Fresh. You got these samples of like waves in the ocean, and this is another jam that I like too. You got this beat going in the background that's like, and you're hearing a whole lot of synth effects of like you hear a lot of modulation from like deep sound to like what sounds like thin, stretched out, high pitched frequency sound, and then back to like deep sound, and then you hear samples of the ocean, and then you get to, I think this was the second single. I'm pretty sure Defunk was the first single, and then this was the second single. Then we get to Around the World, which has probably one of the best grooves ever, with boom boom boom. The music video showcases a lot of different like people in costumes dressing up as robots, as aliens, as like Halloween creatures like ghosts and skeletons, and each and every one of them are going to the beat. Around the world, around the world. It's a cool video. It's only 4 minutes because the whole song is like 7.5 minutes. But if you do just the video, then it's like 4.5 minutes. But this is one of their good songs. The bass line also kicks on this one. The boom 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 ba doom doom boom ba-da-da-doom boom boom ba-da-da-doom boom 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 boom. I love all the bass on this album. Then you got Rollin' and Scratchin'. You get a lot of modulation effects in this one from some scratches on the records. Like you hear these scratches at more of a higher pitch than you normally would. And I think that combined with some synth modulations and then with some keyboard effects, you just get this boom, 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 it literally scratches. It's like scratching records in your brain. Like it's it's touching frequencies in your mind that you wouldn't necessarily hear. Then we get to the what would be the first track of side 2 on a cassette, or the first track on the second LP. We get to Teachers. This is basically just the two dudes paying a tribute, paying you know, reverence to all the DJs, all the producers, and all the so-called teachers that taught them how to make it big in house music. Like, this is their tribute to saying, hey, guess what? We want to thank all y'all for doing this for us. So they just go and name off every single name, and then they're like, and the beat in this one is sick too. It's like and I like how it closes out in the end with the it's a gem. Then you get High Fidelity. Now, Rolling and Scratching was supposed to be like the one track that kind of messed with your with the higher frequencies in your brain. Well, High Fidelity sounds like, the first thing I pictured when I listened to High Fidelity was like someone was like flipping a book, and then next thing you know, I just picture in my mind like these radio towers just moving electricity through it, or like these beacons like that you see on alien spaceships, where it's like the one beacon, they got the ball at the top, and then they got the 3 rings. I can just picture electricity going through something like that, like and then you got the little voice in the background that's, who knows what it's saying. It sounds like it's saying whatever gibberish it means. Love trees, love trees, love trees. High Fidelity's a jam as well. Then you got Rock and Roll. It's been a while since I've heard this one. I can't remember exactly what it sounds like. Oh Yeah is a good one too. Oh yeah. Burning's good. Burnin'. Burnin' literally sounds like what it. Okay. Burnin' is a jam as well. If it's the one I'm thinking of, maybe that's Indo Silver Club. I can't remember, but one of these two. It's like I'm pretty sure that's Burnin'. And then maybe Burnin's a short track. Let me look. No, Burnin' is 6 minutes 53 seconds. That's a good track. It's like and it's got this awesome bass groove as well that goes like it's a great track. Indo Silver Club, I think that's the one that's got the beat that goes like like it looks like that you walked into some like shiny club and that you're having a fun time with some friends. And then I'm not sure what Alive sounds like. I can't remember for the life of me what Alive sounds like. And then Funk Ad is just defunk backwards. It's literally all it is. It's just the main riff from Defunk played backwards to close the album. Upon further examination of this particular CD I unboxed, it looks like it is a UK pressing. I've noticed too that the copyright years all say 1996. So I don't know if this was released in 97 or 96. It could have been released in 96 in the UK and then a year later in the States. Or maybe they just put all that info on there because of when it was written and produced. But I'll dig deeper into it. I'll see what kind of pressing this is, and I'll do more research and find out if it was in fact released in 96 first. But anyway, that does it for today. This is a very awesome electronic music album, and I'm glad to own it on CD. You can only order this online. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't found, no one's given up any copies on CD. You can't find it at a record store. Like, don't get me wrong, Random Access Memories is a good album, but like, this is where it all began. This is my out of this, Discovery, Human After All, and Random Access Memories, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Then it would go Random Access Memories, then probably Discovery, and then Human After All. This is my absolute favorite Daft Punk album. I just be dancing to this all the time. It's so good. I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned it, but I'll just mention it again for the sake of it. My top 3 would be Revolution 909, Phoenix, and Around the World. It's a tie between Around the World and Teachers. It just depends on the day. But that's it for Daft Punk's Homework for this album discussion and this unboxing. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below what your top 3 off this album are, and if you have any more information about the release date, like when the album was first released to the public, please let me know, because I'm kind of confused. I swear it was released in 97, but maybe in some countries they got early access to the album in like mid or late 96. I don't know. If you have any more info on that, please comment that down below as well. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more music-related content, for more album discussions and more unboxings to come. And that's it. I will also get to reviewing albums that I've said in last videos, and I will get to telling you about new musical discoveries that have been crossing my paths lately. I've been listening to some Eminem and getting into some Eminem, so I'll do some album discussions, particularly on the Slim Shady LP and Encore here soon. Anyways, that does it again for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.